You're
It's not
good.
wood.
You're
Are we on? Okay.
We're on. We're ready to go?
Sorry, I was distracted by my Diet Coke.
Okay, well, Rexburg, we are glad you're here with us today at the Rexburg Hustle. We've got a great show for you today. We're glad you're here. Rick just got back. I mean, literally rolled in from a very, very long trip from California. How you feeling?
Like I just drove for almost 20 hours.
Okay, we'll just let you sleep on the side as we go on with the show today. So we're glad that you're here. We do have a spotlight today. Who are we talking about?
Yeah, guys, today our business spotlight is running for sweets. They are here on Main Street. Guys, if you ever want to have just a serious sugar temptation, these are the guys to go visit. I don't know how many of you guys have been in their shop on Main Street, but pretty amazing place, guys. They have tons of old candies, tons of different sodas. I think they even have a bacon soda in there, if I remember right. Ginger ales and root beers.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, old school candies.
Yeah.
If you guys just want to be in a sugar coma for fun, then that is the place to go, guys. They are on Main Street. Fantastic business. We highly recommend that you guys go visit them.
I think they've even got some international candies. Some of the stuff that they bring in from all across the world. So that's really cool. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a great show for you today, as we talked about. We have Tyler Dustin to visit with us today. He works with Deseret Industries, and he is the career counselor there. And Tyler, come on up. Let's have you visit with us. We're excited to learn more about the Deseret Industries, what they do, what they stand for, what the programs are, and all that. But before we get there, tell us about you. What brought you to Rexburg? Tell us about Tyler Dustin.
Well, thanks, guys. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What brought me to Rexburg? That's a good question.
Fix that for you.
Most likely, probably my brother. My brother's a doctor here in town at Fall River Medical.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm from Logan, Utah. Went to Utah State University, go Aggies.
Yeah, right.
But then I met my wife and ended up at the University of Utah. Sorry, BYU fans.
Yeah.
But I then graduated and got a job with Deseret Industries as a job coach in Logan, Utah. And then I got a master's degree from Utah State.
Terrific.
In rehabilitation counseling. And then that took me to Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
Where my wife and I and kids spent about 4 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And we wanted to get back closer to home and get away from the liberal Portland, Oregon.
Oh, come on.
my daughter serving a mission for the church actually leaves the MTC today to go to the Oregon Portland mission today. So anyway,
You're going to have to take back everything you just said.
Sorry. No,
I was just kidding.
No, we know. So anyway, all good. Go ahead. Yeah.
She'll go convert them all.
That's
There
right.
you go. That's right.
So we were looking at getting back closer to home.
Wonderful.
Our family's over here, and we wanted to try to avoid the Wasatch Front if we could. And an opening came in Rexburg, and I just got really excited about it. It just felt right. And as I've talked to a lot of people, that's similar feelings. Everybody feels drawn to Rexburg. So
it's really interesting.
We see that a lot.
That's actually one of the reasons why we started this podcast was to have people share their stories of how they got to Rexburg, because it's such a similar thing that we hear from people is we just felt drawn. We really don't know why we came. We just felt like we needed to. And it's like, it's crazy. It's so, I think certain people are supposed to be here at certain times.
Yeah, we do.
And they make sure it happens.
It's great.
So
it's great.
Yeah, so we've been here about it's been about 2 years, and I've been working as the career counselor down at Deseret Industries and loving it. Really love the community.
So tell us, if you will, as a career counselor, what is your role? What do you do? I mean, it sounds pretty self-explanatory, but anyway, tell us more.
Yeah, as I talk more and more with people, a lot of people don't understand what the Deseret Industries does. We've been around since after the Depression.
Wow.
And have gone through a few different changes, but my role is to meet with each individual there at Deseret Industries and develop a career path, develop a plan with them on what's next, where are you going to. Deseret Industries is a stepping stone for individuals working there. They've had some sort of event happen in their life where they're not where they want to be. And so it's our goal and our opportunity to help them find what's next and where they want to go and what they want to do.
That's terrific. How do the people find you? How do you get the people to work with, to what you just said? How do you find them?
Yeah, good question. a lot of people don't know that we're owned by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Some people know that there's some affiliation with the church, but it is actually owned by the church.
Wonderful.
And so we look to bishops for authorizations because of the relationship with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We rely on the bishops to be that connection.
Okay.
And so a bishop can refer somebody down to us, somebody that they've talked about, and somebody in need that they know of. And it doesn't have to be a member of the church. It can be anyone. And they refer them down to us. I meet with them and do an initial assessment to determine what their needs are. And then we get them started in the store.
That's great.
We try to find the appropriate spot for them according to their plan.
Is there a certain time that they're there for? Like, is it okay? We'll give you a year here at the store to work, or we'll give you 6 months, or is it just kind of as much time as they need to get back on their feet?
Yeah, it's really as much time as they need. There's no real set time frame. Somebody can be there 3 months, somebody can be there 6 months, some longer than that. It's just dependent on the plan that they're working on. If somebody's in a career training opportunity, say at Eastern Idaho Tech College as a phlebotomist, or they've got a radiation technologist position for the INL that we've used before, that could take up to a year.
Oh, wow.
So they could be with us the whole time they're in that program.
And I'm assuming there's going to be a few permanent positions there at Desert Industries, like maybe the managers, the trainers, people to get them going in the stores. How many permanent positions are there over there?
Yeah. So right now we just hired 2 new job coaches, and they'll be starting with us here in a couple weeks, which we're excited. We've been shorthanded. We've been down to 3 job coaches out of 5, and it's been a really good spring so far. A lot of donations, so they've been hopping. So there's 5 job coaches who are immediate supervisors. They each have a team of probably 10 to 15, and working with the individual on work behaviors, showing up to work on time, working your scheduled shift, making sure you're being a productive worker.
Yeah.
Then we have an assistant manager. And then a store manager.
Okay.
And myself, I'm kind of the in-between guy.
Okay.
Nice.
How many associates do you like to? Is there a certain number you'd like to keep on hand at all times? A certain number?
Yeah, a couple years back, when with a lot of changes with insurance and those type of things, we went from 40 hours to 28 hours, and part of that was with the Healthcare Act. The other larger portion was we felt if we did part-time, we could serve more individuals.
Okay.
And so we like to be around 70 to 75 individuals is ideal.
Okay. Do you have needs now? Are you fully staffed, or do you need more referrals?
Yes, we need more referrals. Like I mentioned, we've been down 2 job coaches, and we've been down about 25 to 30 associates. So you may have noticed recently, if you've been in there, that everybody's kind of hopping, and sometimes there's longer lines than we'd like. But we're down about 30. Luckily, with the college in town, we have a lot of referrals with students. We love to serve whoever we need to. That's not our ideal population. Our ideal is the community, and giving back to the community, finding people within the community who are struggling to keep a job, who haven't been able to find that right fit for them, and working with them.
And speaking of community, how big is the area that you guys serve?
So the next closest store is in Ammon.
Okay.
And so we serve all the way up to Ashton, West Yellowstone, over Teton Valley.
Wow.
If somebody's willing to make the drive to come over, then we'll serve them. But you get down to about Rigby, and it gets to be where it's about 6s going to the Ammon DI versus us.
Gotcha. And these individuals who you guys, I like that you guys say that you serve them. You're helping them. You're helping them get on their feet and find direction in life. As you guys are doing this, are they paid employees? Are they receiving paychecks while working there, or is this like volunteer time that they do?
Yeah, definitely. They are paid.
Okay.
It's they start out at $7.25, which is minimum wage, and then from there they can go up. Within the first 30 days, they can get a 20-cent increase, which is quite minimal, but it is something.
Sure.
And then after 90 days, they can go up about another 25 cents. And then we have lead positions. We have pricers who are a skilled position, and we go from there.
I was going to ask you when people go and shop at Desert Industries, you mentioned that the bishops can refer people to you. They can I guess through the church organization, if someone's in need, they'll, I don't know if it's called a prescription or what it is, fill out an order and hand that to them, and then they go to Desert Industries and shop, I guess.
It's almost like another Bishop Storehouse type
scenario. That's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you. I couldn't get that out. But right, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we are part of the Bishop Storehouse for sure.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So if a bishop has any sort of need, they fill out a form, and they can come down, and the person basically shops and gets whatever they need at no cost to the individual. And so bishops are able to do that, but also we've got a lot of community organizations. Those organizations who serve specific populations, women's shelters, homeless shelters, those type of things. We've got grants where they can come in and get free.
Oh, that's nice.
Items.
That's nice
for individuals that they need.
So I want to ask the question then. That is great information and good to know. I hope that that helps the community out there to know what's available. I think sometimes we think of Deseret Industries, unfortunately, as this place to just get rid of junk. Just to say, I don't need this thing anymore. It's half busted or whatever. And not always. I understand you get a lot of good stuff. But tell me about the donations you get, the struggles you have with some of that, or maybe some instruction you might like to help give.
Yeah. There's some amazing things that we get donated. I'm always in awe when I see something that's incredible. And I think, man, they could have gone on to Rexburg garage sale
and made some money off of it.
Money. They could have gone to Craigslist, but they donated it to us.
Yeah.
And that means a lot, because then we can sell it, and all of our money goes towards funding career programs for individuals. Like I say, EITC isn't free. Those programs there cost money. We also have what we call a business partnership. It's basically a paid internship where we have individuals who want to work in a particular field. We will pay for them to work in that facility. Wow. And so there's a lot of monies that go into helping these individuals, and all of the money is put back into DI to help with that. And so, it hurts me to see our garbage bill. We have, a couple $100,000 worth of garbage that we take every year.
Wow.
And
That's
that hurts.
That's high.
In just this store.
That's just Rexburg, yes.
So just the Rexburg store, you're seeing $200,000 given on the year that is spent in dump fees, just hauling trash, junk, unusable things away?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing you say is the quality of the donations really means a lot, because that's how Deseret Industries is funded. That's how these programs are funded. That's how you're helping these people get on their feet. So don't take it as an opportunity to just dump stuff. Make it quality. Make it count. $200,000 in dump fees.
That is massive.
That takes a lot away from the real bottom line.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It really does. But not to dwell on the negative.
No,
I
no.
do want to say though, recently we've become a what's it called? An exporting store,
Okay.
which is kind of unheard of for Rexburg. We've gotten so many donations that we can't process them fast enough for our store, and so they get put on a truck and they're shipped to other DIs.
That was actually going to be one of my questions
Interesting.
are all the donations used only at that store? But that answers that question.
Okay.
Yeah. So other stores that don't have quite as high a volume or high donations, they're shipped there. Also, interesting thing that a lot of people don't know is everything that's pulled off the sales floor that doesn't sell is we've got some recyclers who will buy it. Recyclers will buy our clothing to make into rags.
Oh, wow.
The clothing that's brought off of the sales floor that we've tried to sell that didn't sell is also used for humanitarian. So if there's for instance, when there was a earthquake in Cuba area, the church sent a lot of clothing there, and same with the Japanese tsunami and whatnot. The church sends a lot of clothing to those locations, and that comes from DI donations.
I actually had the chance to go to Salt Lake one time, where that warehouse where all those clothes come in and they package them. It's not Welfare Square, is it?
No,
it's what's it called?
It's called the Humanitarian Center.
The Humanitarian Center, yeah. So we went there a couple years ago with all the the young men, young women, and fascinating to see how organized it was. The amount of clothes, the clothing, the amount of food, the amount of everything that goes into these trucks that are just ready to go at any given time was fascinating. And would you say most of those come from DIs?
Yes.
Wow.
The majority, all of that clothing is from DIs.
Okay.
It's stuff that our people have gone through and sorted through and deemed quality that goes to the sales floor. If it's not sold there, then it's pulled down and sent to the Humanitarian Center, where they then, and actually my career started at the Humanitarian Center, which is kind of fun. But at the Humanitarian Center, it's divided into different categories according to climate. So you don't send a wool sweater to South Africa.
Right.
Makes sense.
So the reach of DI is far, far greater than just a Rexburg thrift store or just a local thrift store.
Definitely.
The reach is enormous. It goes worldwide.
Yes.
So when people drop off quality donations to the DI store, it has the potential of going anywhere.
Yeah. And I really want people to understand that as they go there and buy items, all of that money's put back into the program to help those individuals. And as you see associates on the sales floor, as you're working with them, whatnot, just know that they're there trying to better themselves.
Yeah.
And it really brings in a unique environment and experience.
That's wonderful.
We talked before the show that the church doesn't need a thrift store.
Right.
But they choose to have one.
Right.
To serve the people.
To serve the people.
And that's what it is. It's all about how are we giving back to the community? How are we helping support members and non-members?
That's amazing.
What a great program. What a great program that we have there. I want to, let me ask you, is there anything else you want to share about Deseret Industries?
If you have questions, if you yourself are looking for employment or some career direction, please come down. Come talk to us. We'll get you to the right person and make it happen. We want to make it a pretty seamless possibility to do that rather than having to jump through a bunch of hoops.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
I noticed that DI recently rebranded. Was there a purpose behind that?
They're trying to make DIs similar across the board.
Okay.
So the DI that you go to in Rexburg is going to be the same one you go to anywhere in Salt Lake and whatnot.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Perfect. I was just curious about that.
Well, Tyler, we appreciate what you've shared about Deseret Industries. I think it really helps open up the understanding of what the program is, who owns it, church-owned. It's a church-owned structure, and that it's there to bless and help people's lives, members and non-members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Okay, either way. And that is a phenomenal program, and what a great way to help people get on their feet. It's great, and I'm glad that you're there being a part of that. That's a wonderful thing. You told us before the show that there's another thing that you are a part of that has another layer of meaning and soul saving in people's lives. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'd love to. My experience at Deseret Industries has really taught me a lot of things. I've worked with a variety of different people. In Portland, Oregon, you think about it, I worked with them. And so I've really gained a love and a passion for helping individuals. And an opportunity was brought to me a couple months ago. an organization called Life Changing Services. They're based out of Centerville, Utah, and the clinician's name is Maurice Harker. Some of you may know the book, Like Dragons Did They Fight? What he's done is he's a 25-year clinician who has tried to take the Church of Jesus Christ gospel principles and combine it with the counseling aspect in helping individuals overcome addiction. And it's called Life Changing Services, but for younger men it's called Sons of Helaman. And I was asked if I would be a consultant here in Rexburg for Sons of Helaman program. And a lot of people that I've talked to, they have said, we need something in Rexburg to help young men and, YSA individuals overcome this threat of pornography and this, I can't think of the word now, but, this plague of pornography that's going
It's a real
around.
thing, yeah.
It is. And so I attended, I was kind of speculating and attended a group and just felt the power that comes from a group environment.
Yeah.
These young men are working with each other to help overcome addiction. They're fighting to do what they can. There is a 12-step program here in town, but you have to be 18 years and older to attend that.
Wow.
Okay.
So there's no youth-oriented program in Rexburg currently.
Correct.
So this will be the first.
Yeah, and you think about a young man who's struggling with pornography addiction. Does he want to take mom or dad to a 12-step program?
Right. Right. Probably
Sure.
not.
And
Very
talk
challenging.
about some of his challenges.
Yeah.
And so that's where this kind of fits in is that niche is that these young men, they're together, they're texting each other, they're saying, hey, you can do this, don't slip up this week, remember the goals, remember what we talked about in group. And what they've found is that in about 12 weeks, these young men are overcoming their addiction.
No kidding.
And
That's
going
great.
on to serve missions, going on to enter the temple, and really changing their lives.
The success ratio you're saying is very high.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
When they're doing the program.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
Right.
The program's got manpower goals, as they call it.
Nice.
And so these young men are setting goals for each week, and they're working towards that. And then they're showing up to group, and they're being held accountable by their peers. Did you follow these goals? Did you do what you needed to this week? And it's really a rich, exciting environment.
Now, how big has this problem become? The problem of pornography.
Yeah. My focus is, and my understanding has been through the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints community.
Yeah.
I've talked to some bishops here at BYUI campus, and they've said out of individuals they meet with, 50% are young men, but actually there's 40% are young women.
Wow.
So they're starting to see
So
a lot
the
more.
female side is growing.
It is.
Wow,
And bishops are telling me that they're spending every Sunday counseling with these young men. And that's a good thing. Not a lot of these bishops or counselors are signed up to do that.
Right.
They've got some power in doing that, though. But this provides an accountability during the week. Bishops would tell me they meet with somebody week after week after week, and it's the same thing.
Same thing. They keep slipping up.
They keep slipping up, yeah. But now this provides some accountability. They've been accountable to their bishop, but when they're accountable to peers, it kind of takes on a whole new atmosphere. And
So what does this program look like for the is it just for young men?
so
The one coming to Rexburg.
the one
Sons of
coming to
Helaman.
Rexburg is so far I'm the only clinician
Okay.
here in Rexburg doing that, and it is for young men and then YSA college students
Okay.
to attend. This Life Changing Services has lots of different groups. They've got a program for mothers to better understand what their sons are going through, and it's a group of mothers on helping each other cope through this challenging
cool.
situation. They've got another one that's Men of Moroni, which is for married men and older men to talk about pornography addiction. And then they've got a Daughters of Light, which is for young women who are struggling with pornography addiction. But so far, I'm the only one here running group and
Sure.
with DI and family and whatnot.
Yeah.
My time's limited, but I'll be running the Sons of Helaman group on Thursday nights.
If somebody wanted to participate in this and help you as a clinician and become a clinician, and or how is that an option, or is that welcomed, and how would they do it?
Yeah, definitely welcomed. And just get a hold of me.
Okay.
You can contact me at Desert Industries, ask for Tyler, and I can give them the
Okay.
material they need, or they can go online to lifechangingservices.com and check that out.
You know, and to me, in my thinking, one of the most powerful ways to participate in this and to help people's lives is if someone has had an issue and conquered and overcame, they are better equipped than anybody to help someone else through it, in my perspective. So I just, the invitation that I would give to the community is contact Tyler Dustin. If you've got a story to tell, or if you have an interest in this, certainly give him a call, you know?
Yeah. And I've already had 2 young men contact me who, once they go through the program and go 12 weeks without having any slip-ups or whatnot, they become a general. And once they become a general, they don't have to pay for the counseling group or anything like that, but they're welcome to attend. And I've already had 2 generals contact me and say, we want to be there.
That's perfect.
We want to help these young men.
And if there are young men currently struggling, because I'm sure the problem in Rexburg is bigger than anyone would imagine.
It's everywhere.
Because it is everywhere. If there's young men out there struggling and they want to be a part of this group, how do they do that?
Great question, yeah.
So give me a call. You can look me up on Facebook, instant message me there, call me at Desert Industries, or you can go to Life Changing Services and sign up for a group, and they'll contact
And
me.
everything's confidential.
Right.
When
exactly.
when that young man who's watching, or the parents are watching right now, and they go tell their young man about it or whatever, and he's going, yeah, I don't know about this. They all need to know that it's confidential, it's real, it's here to help and change lives. Don't be afraid. Let's work together.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, that's
Appreciate
wonderful. Anything else? We just got a couple minutes. Anything else you want to share about Desert Industries or Life Changing Services at all?
We're here to help the community. I'm grateful you guys brought me onto the show here.
Sure. Appreciate you coming.
I'm excited for how this helps impact the community, and just want to help out.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
We sure appreciate you, Tyler, and all the great work that you're doing in Desert Industries and Life-Changing Services. This is a show about changing lives and getting to know the deeper level of who and what we are and how we can become better together. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Look forward to seeing you next week at 1 o'clock. Like it, love us, share this message with everyone out there. We'd love to spread the word. Thank you so much.
Thank you.